It feels like it's time to share another secret. Guess what? Your practice, when it comes to tarot, gets to be whatever you want it to be. Isn't that a fun secret? It's my favorite secret because you know what? For every single person out there who decides they want to read tarot, every single person has a different way that they approach it and they connect to the cards. Yeah, honestly, everybody's different, no matter what. Because you know why? You are your own unique person. So if you are trying to figure out what the right way to do tarot is, you're not going to find it outside of you. You're going to find it inside of you. What feels right when you read tarot? That's what matters. What feels right when you go and shuffle the cards? Is it shuffling till the cards fall out and drop onto the ground? Not my preferred style, but it seems to be very popular right now. Does that feel messy and confusing? And like, is this actually what I'm supposed to be getting? Because that's how I feel when I shuffle that way. Well, if that's the case, don't do it that way. Do it a different way. Just because that's the common trend on TikTok or YouTube or Instagram or wherever you're watching other people read tarot, because it is good. It is good to get examples from other people so you can get a feel for what feels good for you, right? Um, if that feels messy, don't do it that way. No big. Let's do a different way. If you've been playing poker all your life and your favorite way to shuffle a deck is what I would consider a traditional card style of like split it in half and then, well, of course I'm up in the air, but split it in half and then do this thing where you bridge them together and they riffle together. If your card deck allows that, cool. Some decks are really stiff and it's really not possible. Other decks, a little bit more flexible. Easy peasy. If you just want to do hand over hand, that's how I tend to do it. That's cool. I like that I don't have to do it on a table. I can just sit here and talk. I happen to be a fidgeter. This is perfect for fidgety hands. Just do hand over hand. Cool. No big deal. Um, if you played Magic the Gathering or other card games where it's really frowned upon to damage the cards, right? Um, you can do that. What I've learned to do when I play Magic, which is lay them all out into five distinct piles and then put them back together, right? Lay them out that way. That's what I tend to do when I have a brand new deck and it's really hard to shuffle and you're trying to like peel them all apart and it's new and it's fun. It's a fun way to do it. Um, yeah, shuffle it however you want. Oh, and now you're done shuffling, and how do you pick a card if you're not just letting them drop out of the deck? Again, completely up to you. My preferred, because again, I'm a fidgeter and sometimes I'm just doing this in the air. What do I like to do? I like to run my finger over the deck and kind of break it until the point where it feels like the right part to stop, and that's where I cut the deck. And I pull the top card because that's my preference. Nine of Cups, all about me and my intellectual discernment. Okay, Nine of Cups. But you get to play with it. We got our pages. The other thing sometimes people like to do is like to put the deck down on the table and cut it into multiple piles. Your piles, and then reassemble it. Okay? And now I have cut the deck and I know that it's right. I know someone who their preferred way is they hear numbers and then they count cards down. Okay? So they now have the deck and they hear the number five from the top, two from the bottom, um, eight from the top. So now when they go and they count out and they're okay, fifth card, got it, third card, got it, eighth card, got it. Okay? You get to decide what feels good for you. How do you connect to it? And then we're going to take a lesson from our pages and we're going to try multiple things. Because one, you don't know until you try. And two, preferences change. That's the other fun thing. I have gone through seasons of my life where single cards, or that's when I started, I only pulled single cards. And then after a while, I thought the only thing I could do was doing spreads because that's what felt good. I wanted layers. I wanted multiple cards and I wanted them to talk to each other. But I could only do it if I assigned meaning to each card ahead of time, so I actually had spreads. It's just how it made sense to me because it was too much. My brain felt like there was too much if I just left it open to all possibilities. Okay? This goes along with that whole, I think that it's easier if you ask an actual question, right? We're narrowing our field of possibilities of what this could mean, right? Which is helpful for me, at least, right? In my brain and my logic. So you need to decide what's helpful for you. And the only way to do that is to try lots of different things, okay? Um, and someone might ask, okay, if I'm shuffling the deck and I don't like the fallout method, right? What do I do if a card falls out of the deck while I'm shuffling? What do you want to do with it? Most often, I take a look at what the card is because I'm curious and I put it back in my deck. So I'm like, okay, cool. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I think that's an important card. And I just put it off to the side and I look at it and I incorporate it in as extra information. Okay. And then, like I said, some people just that's the card that they choose, and that's perfectly fine. It makes for interesting situations. Makes it more fun, sure. But you get to choose. And I know I am an eldest daughter. I know that we have to do it just right. Are you like that? Are you a perfectionist? Are you an overthinker? Because I am. And that's why I started with tarot. And that's why I started and learned which way felt right for me. Because if I didn't do it my way, I was worried I was doing it wrong. So here's your permission slip. There's no wrong way to do it. It's the way that feels right for you. Okay? Find a mentor. Find someone you really like, their style. That's what I did. I found a couple podcasts that I really enjoyed the way they talked about tarot. I really enjoyed the information they shared. I really enjoyed their way they interpreted it. They knew what the classic meanings were, and then they used their lens, their view of the world to shape how they read tarot. That is what we do. We bring ourselves to this practice. And again, I say the word practice because that's all it is. We're trying this out. We're doing something over and over and over again. Okay? We are practicing tarot. We are playing with the tarot if that feels good, right? There's not a wrong way. We're embodying the pages in the tarot who say it's okay to have fun with it. It's okay to be curious about it. It's okay to try and try and try again until you're at the point where you can graduate from pagehood to knighthood and you say, yes, let's go. I know what I feel good about doing until you get to the point where you're like, I need to try something new. And that is fine because just like in tarot, we live in cycles, baby. All about cycles. Okay? We start, we learn, we find what feels good. If it stops feeling good, we don't berate ourselves over the fact that it doesn't feel good anymore. We get curious, we strip away what's not working, and we start again. Did you know in the major arcana there are two spots in that cycle where things are stripped away? Okay, and we're still moving through a major cycle, but we pause and get rid of what's not working for us. And then at the very end, there's still another phase. There are three different spots where the tarot suggests in the major arcana that you pause and check what's going on so that you can get, okay, so four, sorry, because if we include the hangman, okay, we've got pauses, we've got built in spaces that say stop for a moment and check in and see what you can get rid of. Okay. So the hangman, we don't necessarily get rid of things, but death, we get rid of things. Okay. The tower, we get rid of things. And in judgment, we get rid of things. All three are points where they're like, what's not working for you? We're gonna leave it behind. What's not working for you? Let's take that away. What's not working for you? Because we're not bringing that into our next cycle. Okay? So, tarot is a cyclic journey for you. Find what works for you. what feels good, okay? What feels right? You want to shuffle until the cards are out in front of you? Do you? You want to cut the deck 8 times? Do that. You want to spread it out in front of you and intuitively pick which ones are the cards you want your messages? Great. That's what's working for you. You want to throw them up in the air and just grab them and chaos tarot it? That's a whole nother way to chaos it. Totally valid if it feels right for you. And try them all out. Because if you don't know what feels right, you don't know what feels right. Okay? So this is my permission slip to you to start trying it. Just start trying. Start trying different things and see what feels good. Because that's the only way you'll know your way of reading tarot. Okay, so that was my pep talk on today's Magical Musing. If you enjoyed that, I'm trying to do these probably weekly, maybe more. I don't know. Just like my journey of sharing tarot with others is one of those things that I'm going to be willing to be a learner and figure out what feels good for me and showing up. But for the most part, my style is I've got Mercury in Cancer. So it's figuring out how I can share my story in a way that helps you through your journey. Okay. So I will show up hopefully as often as once a week, but maybe more, maybe less, but I'll be here. I am about to release the month ahead reading for May. It's a 5 card spread. The fifth card you get to choose. I've got to pick a card there for you. So feel free to check that out. That's going to be on my blog and in my Patreon. And I hope you are enjoying your tarot journey. Good luck today. Give yourself some grace. Give yourself some love. Go play. Bye for now.